my way to Harlem. Shady Grove, my little miss, standing in the door. Shoes and stockings on her head, little bare feet on the floor. Shady Grove, my little miss, Shady Grove, my darling. Oh, Shady Grove, my little miss, on my way to Harlem. I had a guitar string made of golden twine. Every tune I'd pick up in, wish that girl was mine. Oh, Shady Grove, my little miss, Shady Grove, my darling. Oh, Shady Grove, my little miss, on my way to Harlem. Summertime, apples in the fall. If I can't have the girl I love, I won't have none at all. Shady Grove, my little miss, Shady Grove, my darling. Oh, Shady Grove, my little miss, on my way to Harlem. Coffee grows on the white oak tree, the river flows with brandy. Oh, I'm in love with the pretty little miss, sweet as sugar candy. Ah, Shady Grove, my little miss, Shady Grove, my darling. Oh, Shady Grove, my little miss, on my way to Harlem. Some come here to fiddle and dance, some come here to tarry. I come here to fiddle and dance, I come here to marry. Shady Grove, my little miss, Shady Grove, my darling. Oh, Shady Grove, my little miss, on my way to Harlem. Shady Grove, my little miss, Shady Grove, my darling. Oh, Shady Grove, my little miss, on my way to Harlem.
Hey guys, how you doing? This is Zed from Zed Outdoors. I hope you're having an awesome day. Well, thank you for joining me in today's video. I look very relaxed here, don't I? Apologies if you can see my crutch from that angle. I only just realised that now. Apologies for the noise. There's a lot of wind around here. I'm at my local woodland, just chilling out for the day. It's a Sunday morning. I didn't get out as early as I'd like. I really wanted to get out really early in the morning, but last night there was the England versus Italy World Cup game on. Don't talk about the result, sore point. So anyway, I'm not here for a football moment. I'm here for a couple of reasons. Firstly, obviously, just to kind of like take you along with me. Literally, this is just a Sunday morning stroll in my local woodland. But also, and I just recently noticed that, crazily, I've passed the 1,000 subscriber mark on my YouTube channel. I've been running my YouTube channel for, I think, 5 months now, just under 5 months. I mean, I was really grateful to hit the 100 subscriber mark about 3 months ago. But then all of a sudden within that, I don't know what's happened, the channel's kind of grown quite rapidly. And I'm really, really humbled by that. Literally, I was so shocked when I saw the 1,000 subscriber mark. I was like, wow, 1,000 people actually watch what I've got to say. Not here for my nose, that's for sure. So, it's that time, isn't it, as custom dictates, to do a giveaway. I'm really grateful for the support that was given on my last giveaway. And this time around, I really thought, you know, obviously, I've grown, my channel's grown, kind of everything's kind of grown since the last time I did this. So I had a real hard think about this week. I didn't think about it up until this week. I didn't think it would come by that quick, to be honest. So I thought to myself, okay, well, you know, how do I want to do this? So, cut long story short, this is what I want to do. I want to open it up to two types of people here. I want to open this up to the experienced guys, you know, guys who have got 10 plus more videos, okay? And then I want to open it up to the guys that have got no videos all the way up to 9 videos. Okay, so if you've got below 10, you're in one category. That includes if you haven't got any videos at all. And also if you're 10 and above, then you're in a separate category. What you've got to do in a video is the same, all right? But it's just that I want to give the same prize but to 2 different camps. I'll explain why in a second. So what is the context of the giveaway? Well, it's going to be a strictly video response only. Last time was fine, I did a kind of comments only and a VR only, so 2 separate ones. But this time around I really want to encourage you to do a video, hence why I'm doing it at 2 separate camps. And so I thought about, you know, what's the context, what do I want to cover in a video, right? And I thought about it long and hard, and I thought about a few different things. I thought about, you know, people cooking a bushcraft breakfast and kit and etc. And that's all cool, I love that. But the space kind of where I'm at the moment, Uncle Zed wants to get a bit deeper. Right? So here's what the video response has to be. The video response is, what are the 3 most important life lessons that you've learned? Think about that. So what are the 3 most important life lessons that you learn? There's going to be a few of you, fortunate few that are very young, thinking, well, you know, what have I got to say? If there's one thing I learned in life, and that is, we can learn from everyone. You know, you're never too old, you're never too young. And so, I want to know whatever stage you're at in life, you know, because there's one thing that, yeah, money can come and go, jobs can come and go, and everything can come and go, but it's those lessons that you learn from day one up until now that really shape what you do in your life. For me personally, the past few years have been very challenging, especially a couple of years ago. I had some very, very challenging times in my life, and I grew beyond belief. At the time I didn't see it, but now when I look back, you know, I grew as a person massively. And I'll share what my 3 life lessons are in a minute. But really it's as simple as that. What are the 3 most important life lessons? I don't want to sound morbid, apologies about the helicopter going. Apologies if I want to sound a bit morbid what I'm about to say, but imagine this was like the last video you were going to put out. Imagine this is your legacy that you're going to leave. What are the 3 important life lessons that you're going to share? And whatever those are for you, those are for you. Don't put judgment on it. Don't think, oh well, you know, no one else is going to think that's the same, you know, importance you know, as I do. The reality is, what's important for you is important for you. What's important for me is important for me. There's no right and wrong here. So the question is, like I said, what are the important life lessons, the 3 most important life lessons that you learn? And it's as simple as this. It's a video response. I don't care about the length of the videos, and it's me talking here, right, with my feature length matinees. So really the length of the video doesn't matter, but it has to be a video response. So it's opened up to everyone. And like I said, I'm going to split off into 2 camps. And simply put, I want to give away Amazon vouchers like I did last time. I'm just on the verge of sending those out to the winners from the last competition. And basically what I'm going to do, look how relaxed I'm looking. But I'm going to give away 2 vouchers, and they're going to be Amazon gift vouchers. Because once again, I can buy a kit and everything, but by the time you pay postage and everything, it's a lot of money being wasted. So rather just give that money to you, you buy whatever you want. And quite simply, it's going to be 2 £50 vouchers. So one £50 voucher for one sector, one £50 voucher for the other. I'm going to keep it open for 3 weeks. I'll give you the date in a second where it's going to close. And obviously I'll share what my 3 are. But like I said, it has to be a video response. And it's going to be open up to those of you, like I said, who have no videos, all the way up to 9 videos. And the others are going to be 10 and above videos. And here's the thing, I'm thinking of maybe doing a video where I can help the new guys out who are starting out. Some tips and advice on video and marketing and so forth. For those of you who aren't aware, I think there's a lot of you. I actually run my own online marketing company. It's my own business. It's at its thick and thins, but TouchWiz is doing okay now. I've worked really hard at it. But the reason why I mention that is the following: is my expertise is marketing and social media and everything like that. So I've helped behind the scenes. I've kind of helped quite a few people out. And what I'm noticing, I'm repeating the same things over and over again. In terms of advice and tips and so forth, in terms of doing video and how you can run your YouTube channel. And what I'm thinking of doing is maybe, I know it's not really in the context of the outdoors and bushcraft and whatever, but I'm thinking of doing a video. If it helps you out, where I can teach you some stuff, you know, how to record video properly and edit, and YouTube and all that kind of stuff. So it's not going to be like, you know, a 10-hour tutorial. Realistically, it's probably going to be a half an hour tutorial where I'm going to go through everything to help you guys out. If you feel that will benefit you, let me know in the comments below, and I'll get that done. But like I said, I want to open this up to two people. I really want to encourage those of you who, where I started 5 months ago, you know, nervous in front of camera, you know, and feeling you have the lack of technical knowledge or whatever, even equipment. The reality is you can start it with your phone, and my encouragement to you is to get started. There's a lot of people that started around that same sort of time, and now they've wanted to build up some great channels like Johnny Bushcraft and Mike Smith and a whole bunch of people. Who, imagine if those guys never started putting out videos, you know, there'll be all this great content that wouldn't be shared, including yours truly. Now, I'm not saying my content is good, that's for other people to decide, but I wouldn't have done it if guys in the space didn't encourage me. So in a way, without trying to sound, you know, egotistical, I want to hopefully encourage some of you that haven't gone out to do a video. Because I've spoken to quite a few of you guys. There's a lot of guys I know. I'm not going to mention names of people telling me, look, Zed, I really want to put it out, but this and but that, you know. So those are the ones I'm speaking to. So when I put this out to everyone, is to celebrate my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. And like I said, the question is, what are the 3 most important life lessons that you've learnt so far, regardless of your age and your background or socio-economic standing? That was a long word, isn't it, for a Sunday morning? Socio-economic standing. So anyway, that's the question, right? And like I said, it's going to open for 3 weeks, video response only. I'm going to put the links to all the videos as I get them below this video here on YouTube. Feel free to check everyone out, and as I receive them, if you can PM me the link to your video and also comment below this video here, so in that way 2 different ways I'm getting notification. Okay, if I don't get notification, I'm not going to know you did it and you're not going to be entered into the draw. I'm just going to draw it out of a hat using random.org, and like I said, it's going to be a £50 Amazon gift voucher. Okay, on that note, I want to sincerely thank you for subscribing to me, whether you've done it from the beginning or you've done it recently. It's sincerely appreciated. I thank you. It still shocks me that people want to watch what I've got to say, and I want to thank you. I want to thank you for all the words of support. There's a lot of you I met in person, be it the Preppers Meetup, the Bushcraft Show, and so forth, and I've built some genuinely really good friendships with some great people. I have a lot of giggles behind the scenes. You know, now connected with a lot of those guys on Facebook and Skype and WhatsApp and everything. So I want to thank you sincerely for the words of encouragement, for putting through my 3-hour videos. You know, none of you are falling into a coma, man. That's pretty awesome. I think that alone deserves another award. So, sorry, there's like people walking around. So I'm trying to look all casual while I've got bystanders. So there you go, man. That's it. I'm waffling now. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to quickly share what my 3 life lessons are. I'm not going to get too deep about it. I'm going to be quite chilled. Keep it short and simple. But I think my tea's getting cold now. So let me quickly get that poured in, and I'll share my life lessons with you. Okay, so now I've got my cooks out with my tea. You can't see my crotch, which is more important. I want to share my 3 life lessons that I've learned. I've got them written down so I kind of don't go off track. Now, everything kind of overlaps, and anything I say, I don't want it to come across like I'm telling you and I'm teaching you and I'm some grand sage Gandalf looking character or whatever. These are just literally some things that I've experienced in my own life. Now, I'm in my late 30s. And I've had my fair share of things thrown at me in life, like personal, family, health, and everything in between. Like I said, the past, I say 5 years, have been very tough, especially up until last year. I'm not going to go into too many things, but it's kind of a lot of things thrown my way, health and bereavements and everything. And I've come through the other side. So the reason why I mention that is, as I go into this, I want to set a bit of context. So what's the first thing? My first life lesson is, don't live a life of regrets. Now, what do I mean by that? You know, you go through life, you speak to a lot of people, and there's a lot of I wish ofs, I could ofs, I should have done this, I should have done that, and when I look at that, I think it's quite a tragedy. When I look at people, regardless of your age, even if you're really old, I mean, there's no excuse, where I look at myself and if I was to, and once again, I don't want to sound morbid here, but if I'm laying on my deathbed, and what's my biggest fear? My biggest fear is having regrets. That I didn't try things, that I didn't do things. And you know, I used to do a lot of backpacking. I was quite, you know, spontaneous. I did a lot of things. And the past, I say honestly, 8-9 years, I don't know what happened. There's like this massive void where, you know, I just let life happen to me, work and studying, and it was just crazy. Because I was working up until about 5-6 years ago, then I left my job and set up my own business, and you know, I've had a lot of ups and downs with it, but you know, thankfully I'm in a place now where I'm still working hard, but I'm giving it my all. But up until then, especially the past few years working on my business, I don't know what I did with my time. I hardly travelled, I didn't get out, friends would call me up to do stuff, I've always got a reason not to. No, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. And when I literally look at the past, I say realistically 7-8 years of my life, I'm like, what the hell happened? You know, what was I doing, you know, during all that time? 7-8 years is a long time. And there's a part of you where you have that regret, but you don't dwell on that. You know, the first, you know, step to rectifying a problem is acknowledging there's a problem in the first place. So if you have a regret, like, you know, you're in a job you don't like, or you're not going out enough, or you're not spending enough time with your family, or it's a multitude of things. The first thing is you acknowledge there's an issue there. Then the next step is to actually go about solving it. A lot of people are very comfortable in complaining, you know, especially being in the UK, right? We're a country full of moaners and complainers. And when I used to work in my job, I used to study every God hour, you know, every hour God gave me to get some qualifications and get out of my employment. And I used to have people at work, you know, good people, but they were saying, oh yeah, why are you wasting your time? Why are you reading books? Or why are you going on courses for? It's because I knew there was a problem. I didn't want to be in my job. But then I realised that I had to get out of it. And to get out of it, you have to work towards that. And that's what I did. You know, cut long story short, I worked my backside off to kind of get out of that. And it still wasn't easy. But the biggest thing was I didn't want to regret. I didn't want to be sitting here right now, still in my job, thinking, oh, I wish I did this. Oh, I wish I did that. I did it. And it wasn't easy. But I did it. And slowly but surely, I'm starting to bring that back into my life now. Even with the bushcraft, in a joking way, people are like, Zed, you're always getting out and about to these events and gatherings or whatever. It's because if the opportunity is there, I'll get out. You know, why am I going to sit here? The bushcraft show being an example, the weather was atrocious. You know, the organisation at the event itself was a little bit questionable. But do I have regrets going? You betcha I don't have any regrets going. It was fantastic. Yes, it was challenging with the weather, but you know, I learned so much. I got to hang out with a lot of my friends, you know, in the bushcraft community. Man, it was such a laugh, you know. And when I went back, yeah, everything was muddied up, everything was dirty and grimy, but man, it was like the best weekend ever. It was just such a laugh. And slowly now I'm starting to bring that back into my life. So I don't want to kind of babble on too much, but the thing is, you don't want to live a life of regrets, you know. And unfortunately, a lot of people, even within the bushcraft community, there's a lot of people are like giving up, you know, and it's like, why are you giving up? I don't care about your age, your health, or anything. You know, show gratitude, you know, for what you do. Every morning I've had a ritual for a few years now, where every morning I get up, I meditate and do yoga. I give gratitude, you know, gratitude for things. You know, it could be just being alive to see another day, and you know, having, you know, clear eyesight, and you know, my 5 senses intact, and a roof over my head, and hot water coming out of the shower. You know, I don't want to sound all Bob Geldof here on you, but you know, it's like people in the world that they don't have any of that. So don't live a life of regrets. You know, that's my kind of my first life lesson. Just kind of associated with that. Once again, everything kind of overlaps what I'm going to cover, but I'll say it quite bluntly. I've grown up in the ghettos of London, right? So we're quite raw, and that is not living a life of regrets and kind of pursuing your passion. But more importantly, screw what anyone thinks. You know, I just got past the point. I really don't care anymore what anyone thinks. I don't go out of my way to offend anyone or wherever. Far from it. But I don't care. People want to pass judgment. Like even this now, just swinging in a hammock in a forest. Most of my friends think I'm completely bonkers. Do I care? I don't care for 1 second. You know, makes me happy. I'm not offending anyone. I'll do it. I really don't care what anyone thinks. So screw what other people think. Just do what you've got to do. I know a lot of people are put off making videos because of what people think. Listen, with my face, this nose, and this hair, right? You know, if I can get on, you know, in front of a camera and show my mug and ramble on for like 3 hours, then you can, you know. So screw what anyone else thinks. So life lesson number 1, don't live a life of regrets. Make a change, get on with things. What are your passions, and pursue those. Okay, it's not going to be easy. No one said it's going to be easy, but you know, rather you pursued it and know it didn't work, at least you tried it, than just sitting there when you're 80 years old just complaining and moaning. You know, there's a lot of them around. So second thing, and this is more of a humbling thing, and that is, for me, I've learned to respect that everyone, and I repeat, everyone is in their own journey in life. Everyone. You can meet some people that maybe are not nice characters, but right or wrong, everyone's on their own journey in life. And why is that important? It's because this is maybe me being a bit open here. Like a few years ago, I suffered a lot of stress, you know, a little bit of depression in a way, you know. Everything was just on top of me, you know. My health was out of the pan, and I was working 7 days a week, and things were happening in the family, and you know me, everything kind of life throws at you. And I was suffering a lot of stress, you know. I kind of withdrew myself from everyone, my friends. I lost a lot of friendships, you know, because of that. And when I've come through now that, and I'm kind of on the up and up. And so the one thing I've always appreciated is everyone's on their own journey in life. You know, someone could be a bit of an idiot or whatever on social media or whatever, but just appreciate everyone's on their own journey in life. You know, you just got to let them get on with it. Now, it doesn't mean that you tolerate any rubbish. You know, like if someone's trolling you on social media, it doesn't mean you just sit back and pacifist, take it. You know, you've got to deal with it, but deal with it with class and decorum. I think I've only blocked like 2 people now on YouTube. You know, that were just really, really silly. I didn't get involved. I just blocked them, and that was it. End of. Moved on. But at the same time, I always respect that everyone's on their own journey in life. You know, you don't know what someone's going through. Like depression, is millions of people are suffering from depression. Most of it undiagnosed. You've got to just appreciate what they're going through. You don't know what the other person is going through. You know, I've met a lot of individuals in the bushcraft space, and I've got to be careful how I say this, but I'm quite a perceptive guy. I'm quite an intuitive guy. I pick up on a lot of things. I just don't say anything, right? I just mask it over with some joking and banter. But the reality is I pick up on a lot of stuff, and I know a lot of people that I've met in bushcraft are amazing people, but they have a lot of issues. You know, they're a lot of depression and stress and loneliness and whatever. But with class and decorum, I always appreciate everyone. I repeat, everyone is on their own journey in life. So learn to appreciate that. The mind is a fickle thing. I used to work in social services, and people with mental health that you never thought would be the classic symptom, classic stereotypes of people with mental health. These are perfectly, fine everyday people. But the mind is a fickle thing. You don't know what, life could just take a turn for the worse and throw things your way, and you've got to deal with it. So like I said, life lesson number 2: everyone, I repeat, everyone is on their own journey in life. So what's the final thing? The final life lesson for Z Outdoors is live a life with passion. Okay, there you go. Something a bit upbeat. Do you know, I don't say this in a grandiose, arrogant manner, but when I leave this world, whenever that may be, I want to leave a legacy. I want to leave a mark behind. I see so many people in life that just given up, man. So many people. I've got friends that are my age. They're just given up. They're just given up. I'm like, wow. How can you live like that? You don't want to be that person that just leaves this earth and a handful of people are like, yeah, Zed was all right, and that was it. They get on with, what's for tea and what's for lunch. And that is, leave a legacy. And to leave a legacy, you've got to live a life with passion, especially in the UK. I love the UK. I'm born and raised there, and I love it. But I find in the UK, we can be white, miserable sods at times, and it's like, there's no passion, there's very little passion in people. I travel a lot to the States, and the one thing I respect about the States, I know as Brits we kind of mock, classic stereotypical American, being a bit hyper or whatever, but the reality is, from the one thing I do respect about North America is, people are passionate, they're vocal, they're open, they're very kind of like in your face, and I love that because it's, it has a bit of zest. Like I run my own business and I mix with a lot of entrepreneurs. I love mixing with American entrepreneurs. They've got this fire about them. It's like, you want to turn around and say, right, this is my goals for my business. They're like, yeah, come, let's do it. In Britain, you do that, it's like, oh, God, are you sure? I'm not sure. Da, da, da. And it's just like, oh my God, like drag your soul down, So I'm not having a go, just kind of more of an observational thing. And that is, you shouldn't be able to do that. You should be living a life with passion. It doesn't mean you're not going to have challenging times. Of course you are. But when you live your life, when you wake up in the morning, do things with a bit of zest, with a bit of passion. It's like bushcraft, you know. It's like with the outdoor stuff. It's like have a bit of passion about it, you know. And when you start living your life like that, you know, everything just takes on a whole new meaning. So like I said, I don't want to ramble on too much about that. But for me, the biggest thing being, once again, not in some grandiose way, but you know, I want to leave some kind of legacy. I don't know what that is just yet, but I want to leave some kind of legacy on this planet. We're living in a time and age where technology is just making it, what we're doing now on YouTube, you know, we're reaching out, some of you guys are reaching out to tens of thousands of people. You couldn't have been able to do that 10, 15 years ago, you know, so everything is in your disposal. You know, you've got to be resourceful in life. A lot of people are like making excuses all the time. The reality is you've got to be resourceful. Everything's out there. The question is, are you willing to work for it and find it? You know, if you want to set up your own business, then go out there. There's 1,000,001 resources out there. I had to figure it all out because of the information that's out there. If you want to do this, you want to do that, you want to pursue a hobby or a sport or this or that, everything's out there. You've got to live a life with abundance, you know. Don't live in this, you know, mindset of, you know, oh, there's only a little bit out there and only the privileged few have all of this. Absolute rubbish. You know, the question is, what do you want in life? And then pursue it, you know. So like I said, just a quick recap. Zed's life lesson number 1. Don't live a life of regrets. Forget what other people think. Stop right here and now. Appreciate the fact that there's probably a lot of things that you want to do that you haven't done. Go out there and do them. Okay. Secondly, always respect the fact that everyone is on their own journey in life. Everyone. You know, it doesn't mean you tolerate, you know, a silly person that might be giving you aggro, but just appreciate everyone's on their own journey in life and just let people be, you know. And more importantly, focus on what you've got to do. I think a lot of people focus always what he or she's doing. Forget them. What are you doing? You get on with that. When I wake up in the morning, I just focus on what I've got to do. That's it. As long as I'm not harming anyone, that's it. That's all I get on with. So that's why with me, you know, if you notice with me, the guys that know me really well, I'm kind of zoned out a lot of the time. And finally, live a life with passion. You know, I look at myself and I want to leave some kind of legacy on this planet. Even with the outdoors, you know, I want to make some kind of positive impact, you know, and even on a microscopic scale. But it's like, what, 7 billion of us on this planet. Everyone does their own little bit, and it amounts to something quite significant. So there you go, quite a philosophical, long video from Mr. Z Outdoors. But those were my 3 life lessons. You know, like I said, they're my life lessons. I'm not here preaching to you, even though parts of it sounded like that. So there you go. So as a recap. Thank you for all my new subscribers and everyone who's been with me from the beginning. Thank you for your words of support. I apologise, there's a lot of you I've not done VRs for or whatever. I've been so busy, man. It's just like crazy. But I never forget that favour, so I will get you back and reciprocate that at some point in my way. And like I said, thank you for everyone. The competition subscriber giveaway is going to be open up for 3 weeks. It's going to finish on July the 6th at 12 PM UK. So you've got exactly 3 weeks from the time I put this video out, which is going to be today that I record it on a Sunday. So like I said, you know, it's going to be open for 3 weeks. The question being, what are your 3 most important life lessons? You can shoot a video wherever you want. I want to open up to 2 groups of people. The people that have 10 videos and above, and the rest of you guys that have no videos, which are the majority of you, all the way up to 9 videos. Okay, I kind of consider you kind of new. It's the same thing you've got to do, but I'm just going to do the same price to 2 different people. So, you know, the guys who are starting out get a really good opportunity, and the ones who are established. And like I said, if you have any questions, ask below. PM me your submission. Also post it down below, saying that way I've got it in 2 ways. I'll post the links below this video as I get them through. I will be on time this time, so I will finish on July the 6th, 12 PM midnight UK. After that, the next day, I will do the giveaway. I'll do a random.org and I'll post the video results up, okay? So that is it. You know, I'm just going to chill out here for a bit longer. I'm going to do a bit of reading, and then that is it. I'm going to make my way home. Sunday, chill out a little bit, watch more bit of the football, World Cup, and that's really it. So, thank you for joining me. Thank you for, you know, not falling into a coma for this video. I look forward to seeing your VRs, and I'm sure everyone else would. You know, so like I said, you know, don't think what anyone's going to judge you, what your life lessons are. Those are your life lessons. It kind of comes back to my point where, yeah, everyone's on their own journey, okay, and you're not too young or too old or anything in between to do that video. So with that being said and done, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Thank you for your support once again. Hopefully a lot more to come as we move forward. Got my first solo overnighter in a week's time. That should be really cool, man. Looking forward to that. And yeah, loads of stuff coming up, man. So I'm going to pack up here. Probably just do some more fancy scenes and music as we drive out. But with that being said and done, thank you once again for your support. I hope whatever you're doing, you have an amazing week ahead, a blessed week ahead. And until next time, this is Zed from Zed Outdoors. Peace out.
My little miss, Shady Grove, my darling, oh Shady Grove, my little miss, on my way to Harlem. Shady Grove, my little miss, standing in the door, shoes and stockings on her head, little bare feet on the floor. Shady Grove, my little miss, Shady Grove, my darling, oh Shady Grove, my little miss, on my way to Harlem. Wish I had a guitar string made of golden twine. Every tune I'd pick up in, wish that girl was mine. Oh, Shady Grove, my little miss, Shady Grove, my darling. Oh, Shady Grove, my little miss, on my way to Harlem. Summertime, apples in the fall. If I can't have the girl I love, I won't have none at all. Shady Grove, my little miss, Shady Grove, my darling. Oh, Shady Grove, my little miss, on my way to Harlem. Coffee grows on the white oak tree, the river flows with brandy. Oh, I'm in love with the pretty little miss, sweet as sugar candy. Ah, Shady